portion. Next, we'll invite Deputy Superintendent Scott Jones up for a monthly budget report.
Good morning, Deputy Superintendent of Operations Scott Jones, and with me is our Finance Director, Deborah Jacob.
Hey, hit that. There we go.
I told you, I'm to my game. So, this is the monthly budget report, perpetual agenda item to ensure that all board members, the public, and all of our stakeholders are aware that the Utah State Board of Education continues to meet its financial obligations, is in sound fiscal health, and we have started the process of year-end close for state fiscal year 2019. So June being the 12th or final month of the year. We anticipate no unforeseen events occurring and feel that we'll have a effective and efficient year-end close process. Typically what we do for those board members that are relatively new or any incoming board members is we brief you on year-end close processes in more detail in August and September after it's completed, and then we end up sending up our version of our closing packet to State Finance for their final approval that all our funds balance. We do program accounting here, etc. The report that you get as part of the monthly budget report is inclusive. So this month's report is based on all of the revenue gains and expenditures all the way through April 30th of 2019. So there is a month lag on the reporting because we're also we do monthly reconciliations. So what we also do is we typically give you the final 2 months of the fiscal year, May and June, also in August. But then again, it's all wrapped up in the overall closure process. Chair, pending any questions from yourself or any of the board members through you, this concludes the monthly budget report. Again, all the details are provided to the public and to board members in the packet, in the board docs packet.
Okay. Questions, comments from board members on the monthly budget report? Board member Linda Hansen.
Just a comment to thank you and your staff and team. Board members probably don't know that when we very first started on the board, we didn't get any reports. We didn't know what was going on with finances. There wasn't even a finance committee till right before I was put on the board. And so when I look at these things, I think, oh, this is a little bit boring, but I'm glad it's boring. And I'm glad we get the opportunity to look at it because we didn't get it before. So thank you for your good work. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Kudos to the staff, the financial staff. I'm lucky to have the individual sitting to my left and everybody else that works in financial operations. Thank you, ma'am.
The accountability piece is huge, but the simplicity and the transparency is everything here. So thank you for all of that good work.
And Chair, just one more point to that too. If your constituents have feedback or input on how to make this more presentable or easier, we're always open to that. My understanding is that everybody, you have the capability to quote unquote drill down, right? You can click and see the expenditures, who the vendors are, all this. But if there's any additional information we can, it's complex. I mean, we have a lot of programs. There's no getting around that. But we're always interested in ensuring that there's full transparency to you and the public on what goes on in this office and what goes out of this office too, because you know how much flow through we put out into the LEAs. So.
And,
okay, thank you,
kudos to the Finance Committee over the time, too. The evolution of what right looks like and how things are presented has been a product of that. So if we are going to do any proposed changes, maybe we ought to route those back, continue to route those through the Finance Committee. Board Member Belknap.
Thank you, Chair. Scott, I have a couple of questions. Sure. One, it used to have a percentage that was used. Did you change and put that into the bar graph?
Yeah.
At one point, it was requested that we actually remove it because it wasn't felt that it was added value. And so we replaced it with the bar graph so that you could have a visual.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing it.
And Chair, that goes to my point. We're always trying to make sure, presentation-wise or visual, whatever enables the most transparency and the best understanding of the complexity of our budget, we're always interested in knowing. So that was a decision that was made.
A follow-up?
Yes, and also, Scott, where can the public go to drill down, and where can the board members go to drill down?
At this point in time, the drill down capability has been put on hold as state finance was upgrading the Cognos capability. They have now successfully done their upgrade, and so we're in the process of obtaining our own Cognos writer to actually move these reports from the old version of Cognos into the new version.
Okay,
So
thank
that-
you.
That'll be there.
But previously, we had that capability.
Yes, because I
So in order
was
to,
trying to do it.
yeah, no, you're,
Okay.
yeah, I should have.
No, that's okay,
clarified
thank
that.
you.
All right, I'm not seeing any
That
other
capability
questions or
will be there.
comments. You want to
So-
move to the discretionary fund?
Yes, Chair. So moving to the discretionary funds, as part of the overall monthly budget report, we do track and provide detailed updates to you on basically what amounts to be your discretionary account. This account consists of, if you'll orient yourself to the upper right-hand quadrant of the report, you can see the specific types of revenue, the balances. This is all part of a decision-making process, a proven process that allows board members to approve or be part of the process of approval of the different programs and uses of this fund. So then those are all captured below and are presented to you for your review, subject to any questions.
Okay, any questions or comments on the discretionary funds report? Seeing none. Thank you.
Chair, that concludes then. Thanks.
Okay.